Audio Bay.
Here we go.
I'm here with my good friend Craig Martini.
Hey, how you doing, Billy?
I'm doing great. We just got done with a great rehearsal.
That's right, ready to rock.
Before we talk about what we're going to talk about, let's talk about why we rehearsed, because we have a show coming up on September 1st. This Sunday night, if you're seeing this, before Sunday, September 1st at the Gameday Tavern, I decided to do a little, not a jam night, because not a jam night. Nobody's coming to jam. Yeah. It's Billy Morris playing some music with his good friends.
Right.
And
special guest night.
Special guest night.
Jam night.
People from my past, and me and you have played probably 1,000 gigs together.
I'd say maybe more.
More?
Could be more.
And we have a lot of common friends we jam with. We also we've jammed with some pretty famous people, and one of the famous people that we'll hit on real quick is Paul Gilbert.
Paul Gilbert, yeah.
We both got to play with Paul Gilbert.
How about that, man? That's pretty fortunate.
Two
Couple
young
Cleveland
kids
guys.
from Cleveland. Boom. Got to hook up with the Shred Master.
Yeah, that was great. You did Japan, right?
I played in Japan and Korea with him.
Right.
I'm on his live DVD and live CD 20 years ago. But it
exists and it's searchable.
I did it. But you parlayed that into jamming with a lot of other people as well.
Yeah, I got really fortunate with it. And you know how it is. It's like we met each other 100 years ago, and through knowing each other, we've networked and say, hey, can you cover this guy or that? Or it's sort of the same thing with Paul in this sort of world, and you know it as well with Warrant and all the stuff that you've done, where you get to know like sound guys that you travel with or crew members and stuff like that become your friends. And that's one of the sound guys that came out with Paul Gilbert with us is a friend of mine now. His name is Ace Baker, and he's one of the greatest sound guys ever, and a really great friend of mine. But he's the guy that when Colin Hay was going out on tour, he was a sound guy for Colin Hay. He's like, Colin Hay says, hey, do you know a bass player? And Ace is like, oh, I just got to throw with this dude. He's really cool, good friend, and boom. And it goes from there. And then,
all right, if somebody doesn't know who Colin Hay is, don't say who it is, but sing the song.
Which one?
Who can it be?
You already got it.
What were they called? Men at Work?
Yeah, Men at Work.
Men at Work, Colin Hay. Who can it be now?
And the Land Down Under.
I come from the land down under with the Vegemite sandwich.
Right, well,
and then you got to play with some real shred masters like Joe Satriani.
Yeah,
that the G3 thing.
Well, that started with because of Paul, of course, and then they did a camp called G4, and that was like it was Joe, it was Paul Gilbert, it was Andy Timmons from Danger Danger.
Yeah, that's good.
And Mike Keneally, who was Frank Zappa's guitar player and is also in Satriani's band. So these were the guitar players on the first G4. And I was to play with all of them as their bass player for their shows, and then during the week it's a camp. So you have like all these students that come with their guitars, and some people came with bass, but mostly guitars. And they come to learn from these actual masters, and you sit there and Joe Satriani sits there with his guitar and he's got like people in the room, he starts talking about, and he actually can talk to. You can ask him questions. So when you play, this or that, he'll sit there and have this conversation with you. And it's like 4 or 5 days worth of this, all day long. You have these jams, you have teaching sessions and stuff all day long, and then at night, we do the concert with one of the guys each night, because you have 4 nights, so each night's a different concert. And then after the concerts, then we would do. Where it's like where all the campers can come, and we do like a camper jam and all the different rooms, and it's really fun, and it goes on until all hours of the night. But anyway, from doing the G4 thing, that's how I got to know Phil Collin, which parlayed into the last G3 tour and stuff like that, and getting just being on the G4 camp thing just got me. I got to know so many different guitar players, and sometimes that's
So how it went was you became friends with all these guitar players, but you kind of really hit it off with Phil Collin of Def Leppard.
Yeah.
And he goes, man, Craig, you're awesome. You need to do your own thing.
Yeah.
Which kind of put you down the path of doing your own thing.
Right.
Which is a unique thing, and I love the fact that it's unique because I've never seen anybody do it. So, real quick, describe how you build a song and what your new thing is.
Sure. So how that actually happened was, we're doing these G3 shows, and Phil got sick, and then he lost his voice. And he sang a lot of the stuff. And so he was like, hey man, can you pick up some of what I'm singing? And I said, sure, no problem. And he was like, after the first night, he goes, man, your voice is really great. He's like, of course the bass playing is great, but your voice is really great. You really should be doing something where you're the singer. And I thought, okay. And so he said, well, maybe you could do something, a la Ed Sheeran, where you do your instrument and then your voice, and you build it with loops and everything like that. And I thought it would be kind of difficult to figure out how to do on bass. But anyway, that's what I did. So anyway, how I do this is all the chords and everything that you would be on a guitar or a keyboard or anything is always, it's played on the bass, it's played in a high register. I play all the bass lines, and then I use a looper to build the parts. I put the background vocals in it and everything. And so right now, what my show is me, my looper, some pedals, my bass, and a couple microphones. And it sounds like, it's a whole thing.
So basically, you start with nothing,
right,
and you have a bass line,
right,
and then a little percussion stuff,
yep,
and a melody
some
line,
chords,
then some woes and some harmonies, and then some lead vocals.
Right.
By the end of the 4 minutes, you've got an orchestra going.
All done.
It's all you.
Yeah, it's just
so
all
that's
bass.
the unique part about
right,
it. That's
right.
awesome. So you're building that up. You've got a lot of songs that you're releasing on social media.
I'm doing them a little bit at a time. Because I thought,
you go one at a time.
1, 2, and then get them going, because I was afraid to put out the whole record out and then everyone forgets about it after.
Where would be the best location for our fans from Audio Bay to check your?
Well, anywhere on any streaming platform, I'm on all of them. So there's this really great site, and I'm going to plug them just because.
Do it.
And I don't care. DistroKid is what I use, and I don't know if you've experienced them or not.
I haven't yet. You've talked highly of them. You've spoken about.
It's just really easy to use because you pay for the service. It's like $100 or something like that, maybe even less than that, maybe $50. I don't even remember because it's so marginal. It's nothing. And then anytime you want to put up a song, it's $10 a year.
Sweet.
So they take that song and then they put it in every store, iTunes, Amazon, and then all the streaming, Spotify, Deezer, everything. It's like 150 streaming sites, and then your stuff is available. So that's what I use. I use DistroKid because you put it in there and it's everywhere, and you don't have to worry about it after that. So to find the stuff, you can go to any of those platforms, and YouTube, of course, and stuff.
Yeah.
I put a new video out. Did you see that?
I did.
My space.
A lot of Cleveland stuff.
That's right. Yeah. It's all about Cleveland.
We are coming to you live from Audio Bay in Cleveland,
right.
Ohio, Bay Village, Ohio, outside of Cleveland. Well, you know what? Like I said, your show's unique, and you're going to feature a small set at this show we're doing together.
Yep.
This Sunday night at the Gameday Tavern.
I'm going to do 3 tunes, which it consists of a little bit longer than what you just hear 3 songs because I have to build it. And everything. So
it's not a 2.5 minute Beatles hit.
It
takes a while.
It may be, but I have to build it before it gets there.
So so I'm looking forward to jamming. And also, I called you because, I said, I've got a lot of friends I'm jamming with. I need somebody that, Craig, learn these songs. Boom, learn, done. I don't have to worry about it. So I thank you for that.
I appreciate you.
And let's look forward to much more projects together here at Audio Bay. Let's do another video in here.
I'd like to.
And just keep doing it.
That'd be great. And I would still like to do that show here. We were talking about.
Yeah.
It's like maybe like a 30-person thing.
We're gonna do that.
So
advertise
remember,
for it now.
see, we're gonna do that.
I keep talking on the microphone, but hey.
There's cameras.
Yeah, this is cool. Well, Craig, thanks for talking.
Thanks, Billy.
We'll be back
As always, man, I
soon.
appreciate everything, buddy.
Hopefully everybody comes out and sees us. When you see this video, please share it and post it and like it and subscribe it, and we'll see you next time.
All that
Thanks,
stuff.
Craig.
All right, rock and roll.
See you.